If you want to cut the risk of breaking your controllers and you want to make them easier to use, then a good pair of grip covers are definitely what you need. So I've got a number of here to choose from, and pretty much one of these is going to be right for you. Let's dive in and have a look at them. So all of these grip covers were sent to me for review by their respective companies, but no one's paying for or sponsoring this video, so you are going to get my honest opinion. We're going to start with the cheapest one first and then work our way up from there. So the first one is the Globular Cluster GPQ3. This is the cheapest one here, and it's probably the simplest as well. It simply replaces the battery cover that's on your controller with this that has an integrated sort of hand wrist strap. Putting this on is really easy. Just take your battery cover off and then slide this on as a replacement battery cover. And that's it. So you've got the added wrist strap here, or the hand strap here, which means it's nice and easy to hold. You don't have to worry about dropping it. It also makes your controller longer. So if you're the type of person that finds the controllers a bit small, then this is actually going to make your controller easier to use. Getting to the battery is still nice and simple and easy as well, because it acts like a normal battery cover. Press the button, comes off, replace the battery, put it back on again. So this is a nice and simple solution, and sometimes simple solutions are the best. This does mean though that putting this on a controller means that this controller isn't compatible with the official charging dock, so if you've got that, just bear that in mind. But otherwise, it's a nice simple solution, and you can get these for $20. So we've now moved up to the Bobo VR G3 Plus. This now moves us up to a full silicone cover. It does also come with a couple of extra wrist straps or hand straps, which is a nice touch. Putting this onto your controller couldn't be easier. You literally just take your controller. You do have to take the wrist strap off though if you've already got it on, and then you just slide it in. And then the silicone just wraps around the top, which keeps it nice and firmly in place. It is contoured and grips your controller really well. There's no risk of it falling off. The actual strap here is nice and comfortable on my hand. You've got a nice textured look on the outside. And then the inside, where it's actually going to touch your hand, it's that same textured grip, which helps keep it firmly in place. It's going to be able to suit a range of different sizes. So if you've got particularly big hands, when there's easily enough space there, or if you've got teeny tiny hands, it does make your controller a little bit longer. So if you see the controller here versus the controller with the grip cover on, for some people, again, that might make the controller more comfortable. One cool little feature of this grip cover here is you can see these two metal dots on the side. That is so that this is compatible with Bobo VR's D3 charging dock, and then it can still wirelessly charge through the grip cover. That's where I think this grip cover really makes sense, because if you don't have the D3 charging dock, then the only way of replacing the battery, because there's no battery door on this, is you're going to have to keep taking the cover off to replace the battery and putting it back on, and I think that would get annoying. So it's a grip cover that's best suited if you're in the Bobo VR ecosystem and you've got or are going to buy the D3 charging dock, and this will cost you $25. We're now moving on to the AMVR. So this is the AMVR Comfort Extended Controller Grips for Q3. That's a handy little title, also known as the Controller Grips Pro. That was easier. This is also a full silicone cover. This has a battery door, which you can open here, which makes it nice and easy for getting to the battery. You take the battery cover off, take the battery out. Now with the grip cover, make sure this tab is sticking out, and then just slide the controller inside it. When you put it on, you need to make sure that this clip under here snaps onto your battery cover, because that keeps the controller in place. If you don't do that, there's a real chance of the controller just flying out of the grip cover, because there's nothing keeping the controller in other than that battery snap-on door that was underneath here. Providing you do that, it's not coming out. It's just something you have to be conscious of and make sure that you do each time. And now inside this door here, you've got this strap. What we're going to be doing is taking the battery, putting it in the battery slot, but making sure that the strap goes underneath, and it helps getting the battery out. Tuck the tab away and then close the battery door. And there you go, it now sits nice and flush with the rest of the cover. The hand strap here is nice and comfortable. It's got a foam padding inside the actual strap, so it's nice and comfortable and soft on the back of your hand. It's a nice soft silicone. It's easy to adjust as well, so you can just pull it using this bottom drawstring here, and when you want to make it looser, just press the button here. Nice to adjust, super soft. I do find it softer than the other two on the back of my hand, which is nice. This is another grip cover that doesn't allow you to use the wrist strap that comes with the controller, so you have to take that off before you put it in here. But with the hand strap here, I don't think you really need it. The only thing I don't like too much about it is there's nothing really sort of covering over the top. Now, they'll say that's to sort of stop it interfering with the sensors, but it just kind of sits here and that comes off really easily. I'm just not a big fan. It just kind of sits there. And so the AMVR extended controller grips are going to cost you $27. So now we'll move on to the last one here, and these are the Kiwi Design G4 Pros. These are the only grip covers here that are made for Meta, which is Meta's sort of official partner accessory program. Whether that makes a difference to these, we'll find out. I've got my controller. I've taken the battery cover off because these come with their own replacement battery covers. And if I'm being picky, considering controllers are white, why couldn't these be white? It's an aesthetic thing. It is worth pointing out that this is the only grip cover here that allows you to continue using the wrist strap if you want to. If you want to still use the wrist strap, what I suggest you do is put this through the hole in the bottom first so it pokes out the top, then reattach it to the controller. Anyway, so you take these battery covers, slide those on like you would normally, and then pull it through. That's just a lot easier than trying to then get the strap through the other side. At least it was for me. And then the grip cover just slides over the top, and it's got this translucent border over the top to help keep the controller fixed in the grip cover, but not getting in the way of the sensors. Now you've got this battery door here, so you take the tab, move it out of the way, get your battery, put it in and make sure the tab is underneath the battery. It helps when you want to take the battery out. They've actually gone for a cloth strap here, which I actually find pretty comfortable because it's nice and breathable, because a lot of the PU leather, it's just plastic. So you can find your hand gets quite hot. So with a cloth one that's here, you don't. It's still going to suit a fairly wide range of hand sizes. You've still got that wrist strap if you wanted to use it. One thing I noticed with this is that this adds pretty much no extra bulk to your controllers. So it's a great grip cover without adding any extra bulk. And this is going to cost you $27. So which one of these you get, I think just largely depends on what you want from your grip cover. If you want a no frills option that's just going to go and add a hand strap and make your controller bigger at the same time, then the Globular Cluster GPQ3, that's a good option at $20. If, however, you're thinking about getting the Bobo VR D3 charging dock, then the Bobo VR grip covers make a good option because you can still charge your controllers through the grip covers. They're going to cost you $25. And if you want a full silicone cover that's going to add as little bulk as possible and still make it super easy to replace the battery, then the Kiwi Design G4 Pro, as the only official made for Meta product here, is a good option at $27. I will put purchase links to all of them in the description down below so that you can go check them out for yourself. If you do want to check out some more accessories for your Quest 3 or 3S, then be sure to check out the link up here. If you have enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like and share it. Consider subscribing if you're not. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.